Hello, IMTS 2022. I am Mitch Free here at the Creators Lounge. Hashtag we are all creators. And I am excited to be sitting here and going to have a conversation with Brian Lorenzen from Ceratizit. Welcome.
How's it going, Mitch?
Fantastic. So is this your first IMTS?
No, actually, I was here back in 2018 as well. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's really fun, though. It's been a great show. A lot of visitors here at the show.
Yeah,
really exciting. Yeah, been a good week.
Yeah. So, so what are you noticing differences between then and now? Or any?
Nothing too much. I mean, we're over in the West Hall with our booth, Ceratizit. You can find us over there. And
what is that booth number?
I don't know it off the top of my head, but I mean, you'll find us right in there. We got quite a large booth. And well, just a lot of guests, a lot of visitors, a lot of foot traffic, younger people here too. Maybe that's something that I've noticed,
Yeah.
The industry's starting to get a little on the young side, which is fantastic to see,
it is.
Young people interested in manufacturing, getting excited about it. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. So tell us a little bit about you before we get into the whole technical and stuff.
So I guess I got a little bit of an interesting situation. I'm an American citizen born in New York, and I moved over when I was about 25 years old to Austria. And I live in Austria and I work in Germany. So we live right on the border.
So you're a New Yorker living in Austria, working in Germany. What an interesting life you must have.
It's pretty fun and exciting. Yeah, and I'm responsible for all the markets outside of Europe for Ceratizit. So I bridge the gap between the headquarters in Germany and all the subsidiaries outside of Europe. So
okay, and how do you know if you're successful at Ceratizit?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we're growing and growing as a company, and we're a very large organization, very well known in Europe. But we really want to grow here in the United States as well. I mean, it's a big marketplace, and we have a really great portfolio, super well suited for this market. So that's, what I would call success for Ceratizit as well.
So how did you get to Ceratizit? What'd you do before that?
So I come from media and content production, and that's something that's really fun too, and something that we're starting to see activities like this here in the Creators Lounge, different ways of bringing industrial content, keeping it exciting and interesting, and making it really fun. One of the things that we do at Ceratizit is a YouTube series that we do. It's called The Cut.
The Cut?
Yeah, that's right.
And how do people find that? Just Ceratizit, The Cut?
You can find us on the Ceratizit Group YouTube channel, and we post our series there. And it's really fun. I interview people from all across our very large global organization, and it's just storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many very exciting and interesting stories within our industry. And it's really nice to try and find them and tell them and make them interesting and exciting.
So what do people know Ceratizit for?
So again, we're a hard materials specialist group. So we control the entire supply chain, to be honest, from the mine to the powder processing, which we do in Towanda, Pennsylvania, all the way to the finished product. We sinter and we finish the products as well. So we make tools, finished tools, and we make also rods, preforms, dies and blank that other tool manufacturers make their tools out of. So our carbide, I mean, we are a carbide specialist, and we make really great carbide products.
Yeah. And so as you guys, how long has the company been around?
So it's about 100 years of experience
bit.
Metallurgy. Yeah. So the actual current form of the Ceratizit Group has been around since 2002. Two companies merged, Cerametal, a Luxembourg company, and Planzetizit, based in Austria and Tyrol.
Yeah. So let's before we get into more about Ceratizit, let's talk a little bit more about content creation and part of what we're doing here at the Creators Lounge is highlighting creators in the creative ways. So tell us about some of the strategies you're using in order to tell the world about the Ceratizit story.
My number one strategy when it comes to content production is storytelling. You need to have a good story, and that's kind of sometimes the hard part and the easy part.
Yeah.
I mean, if the story is good, it's going to tell itself. We got a fantastic story that we're featuring here at our booth. We have a bike frame manufactured from a solid block of 7075 aerospace aluminum. So this is a customer of ours, works in Germany, makes normally aerospace parts, and decided one day, hey, you know what? I want to make a bike frame. And it's milled from a solid block. So it starts out 155 pounds.
Wow.
And it ends up as a 35-pound enduro mountain bike. And the design is incredible. When you're not limited to the molds for a carbon fiber frame or the welded aluminum tube that you're used to, you can get really, really creative with the design. So the frame looks like something no one's ever seen before.
Wow.
When all that it's all about machining as much material away as you can while maintaining the rigidity.
And do you guys have one here at your booth?
We sure do. Yeah. If you guys want to come by the booth and check it out, it's really awesome to see. And our tools we used exclusively for all the cutting and manufacturing. A lot of cuts need to be made on take away that much
Sounds
material.
like a lot of metal removal.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But it's aluminum, so it's good for recyclable, too. So,
yeah. Absolutely. And so is that a commercially available product or just a demo?
He does sell them, as a matter of fact. He's got a website. It's called the F-Race bike, Frace. And you can check it out, and he sells them online. You can customize it. That's one of the other real unique things about the bicycle is he doesn't have to make a medium or a large or an XL frame. He can tailor the frame to your specific riding style and needs. And
Just scale it up, scale it down, make it on demand.
That's right.
Wow.
That is again, you just have to change the CAD file, and he can adapt the specifications to anyone's needs. So
that's a great story. Talk about storytelling, case study, and then so. For the YouTube channel that you run, is that a story you've done on there?
It is, as a matter of fact. There's an episode on the Frace bike where we interviewed Bernd Ivanov. That's the guy who makes the bikes, the F-Race bike. And that's exactly one of those stories that we like to feature. So it actually kind of was born in the pandemic where it was really hard to travel and visit customers and get into shops. And so we decided to do kind of like a talking head YouTube show where I would just get on a Zoom call and talk to someone from our organization and a customer to kind of feature and highlight the story. And then you supplement it with, like product videos and stuff. So if we have a lot of content, we get to repurpose it there in the form of this storytelling. And, one of the big challenges we have is, being a company that's, in Europe and headquartered in Austria and Germany. A lot of our, people are not English native speakers.
Yeah, right.
And we do a podcast, for example, in Germany with the German language. Podcast is like a format where, the language is critical because it's just in your ear. There's not much else to do it. So with the YouTube series, what I try and do is to English speaking and, I try and feature and supplement, where, sometimes the not speaking in the English native language with video and exciting material that I can overlay on top of it. So,
that's an excellent point about a multinational company having to do digital marketing, multiple languages.
That's right.
And there's a lot to think about there.
One of our biggest challenges, as a matter of fact, but we are really good at mastering that challenge. So our catalog for our finished cutting tools, it's a big book. It's got about 75,000 products in it. And we produce that in 18 languages.
Wow.
And so, being able to produce that in 18 languages, it comes with a lot of challenges, but we do it. It's important for our customers.
Yeah.
Think global, act local.
Yeah.
When you go into a marketplace, you don't want to force them with English. You want to present it in their language that they feel comfortable with.
Yeah. Right.
We see that from a content
you want
perspective.
to think globally, act local.
That's right.
Yeah. And I imagine you guys have got a good content management system behind that.
That's right. Yeah. We do a big PIM database, product information database. And that's the way we're able to auto-populate and generate those catalogs.
Yeah. Back when I built MFG.com, we were globally, we were in a lot of languages, and I learned a lot about how to do that. And it was so intense.
Yes.
But I remember we had this sort of dictionary, if you will, behind the scenes with every word, but then we had to write also a translation. What is the context in which that word is used?
That's right. Context is super important.
Right. Because you think about the English language is so complicated, and we have words like close, close.
That's right.
They're very similar, right?
So a translation memory database is something that we use, and then there's something called terminology. Yeah. So when we talk about an indexable insert, for example, it could be when you go to German, there's 3 or 4 different words for indexable insert. Yeah. But you want to be consistent. So it's important to use that terminology.
Yeah, but I think for content creators trying to get into multiple languages, there's a lot to unravel there. But it's really important if you're a global, a multinational company that's selling all over the world.
That's absolutely right. And it's very important to us, something we pride ourselves on and take a lot in.
Yeah. And so are you, what are your language skills?
So I speak fluent German and obviously English. Our headquarters for the group is located in Luxembourg.
Okay.
And that's a really unique country because it shares borders with France and Germany, and they speak French, and they speak a local dialect that's almost its own language on its own as well.
Wow.
You know, very interesting.
Yeah. I have spent a lot of time all over the world, but I've not been to Luxembourg.
Yeah. It's easy to miss. It's quite small. But
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So how did you come to learn German?
When I moved over there,
Okay.
So the story of me moving there is I met my wife. She was an au pair on Long Island.
Seems like it always starts with a girl.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, so I followed her overseas, and it's really beautiful. I live on a ski resort in the Alps, so
Life doesn't get much better than that.
it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. And so how much time do you spend in the States?
So I get back quite a bit. You know, it's nice European holidays. You know?
Yeah,
So
of
we
course.
can get about 6 weeks off a year. So I come home every summer. Long Island summer's amazing. You know, boats, beaches, golf. It's good.
Right. Absolutely. So back to Ceratizit a little bit.
Sure.
So what's like the product that you guys like? What's the flagship? Like if you think about it, Germany, what is it like? Everybody knows Ceratizit for.
So I got something really exciting. We created a really innovative product called Free Turn. Actually, not just a product, but we created a machining process as well. We call it high dynamic turning.
Okay.
So if you're taking a typical lathe machine, you have a fixed cutting angle. So you come in with the insert on a fixed angle. With these new machine developments that are happening, you have the ability to turn the spindle. So it's like a mill turn center.
Right. Because the spindle becomes a C-axis.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And so what we're able to do now is change the angle of the cutting tool during the cut, during the machining process. So one of the big benefits is it helps us reduce the amount of tool changes necessary, which increases your process time, your cycle times.
Yeah.
And exactly that flexibility to change the angle during the cut lets you run at even higher speeds and feeds.
And is that like just using a different edge on the end? Like you same edge, but you're like, hey, instead of cutting just on the tip, we're going to move up and cut a little bit on the side.
So we designed the insert specifically to be, you know, tailored and suited for that type of cutting. But also, you know, an insert, you can have two different cutting angles, for example. So you can have one that's really good for roughing material and one for finishing, all on the same insert. So instead of doing a big tool change and exchanging the insert with a screw, it turns on the C-axis, like you said. Yeah.
So you get more insert life.
Absolutely. That's right.
Yeah. And obviously more productivity because you're minimizing tool change.
And that's the name of the game, right? The more productivity for
and did I understand correctly, this is ideal for hard metals?
Yeah, sure. I mean, with our insert grades and grade types, it can be suited for any type of metal. I mean, stainless steel. So anything that's being turned on the lathe, to be honest, it's a really well-suited application. You know, we have a portfolio of inserts and tool bodies that can be used for that. So it's very interesting.
So things like you guys are good at turning Inconel, A286.
Yep. Our grades,
Monel,
grades cover the whole spectrum of metals that are being machined. Our large portfolio really offers quite a bit of flexibility. So.
And coatings?
Yes. So we do really cool coatings. Our coatings are branded the dragon skin coatings. You know, the skin of the dragon, super hard, and
Oh, nice.
But
I like the analogy there.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys call it?
That's right, dragon skin. Yeah, we have big giant dragon. It looks really cool. As a matter of fact, talking about stories. We had a customer that is such a big fan of our dragon that we use for the marketing.
Yeah.
The graphic itself. He got it tattooed on his arm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he was.
That is brand loyalty.
That's right. That's what we said. You know, maybe we have to hire this guy. You know.
Yeah. You got to produce T-shirts and stuff with the dragon.
Yeah.
You already have those?
Oh yeah. You can actually, if you go to our booth, you can take a picture with our dragon and you get a free T-shirt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I've always been envious of. I think you got some fans at the window there. Yeah.
Yeah. Our booth's at 431 900.
431 900.
Yeah.
That's where you can see the bike.
Yeah, that's right.
Get a photo with the dragon. Get a T-shirt.
Yep, and learn about our cutting tools.
431 900, and that is in the
West Hall.
Yeah, West Hall. Yeah, I've always been envious of brands that have people like wearing their T-shirts and their bumper stickers. It's like the holy grail, right?
That's it, right? If you get people to love it, then
If people to love it. And it sounds like you guys have done that.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's cutting tools market, but exciting things like that, like the Dragon and stuff, they are what's really important for our industry.
Yeah.
Keep it fun and
so
exciting.
how do you guys sell? How do you go to market?
So we have a couple different approaches. In Europe, we have much more of a direct business model. We have a lot of sales guys in the field, and they sell directly to the end customers. Here in the U.S., we work a lot with distribution. As a matter of fact, we're involved with MSC, which is something you're very familiar with. Our products are in there as well. And so, we have distributors all across the USA, and you can find our products pretty much anywhere.
And they're pretty well stocking. You get it quick.
That's right. Yep. We have a big, giant global logistics facility in Germany, but we also have our warehouse in Towanda, Pennsylvania. And so, yeah.
One of the things people are really thinking a lot about these days is integration into CAD systems, different things for discovering the right tool at the right moment and getting just inserted into the CAM program or whatever. Are you guys thinking along those lines?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we work with a lot of different partners and collaborate with companies for building up our database. In the States here, we work with the Machining Cloud and Tools United. So these are ways to get quick access to our product attributes and data, and also models, collision models, that type of stuff as well.
And when people are thinking about applications, this is like speeds, feeds, right insert, right cutter for the right, what material. How do you guys?
So it's our experts, our incredibly well-trained sales engineers, our guys in the field. I mean, you can have the best data and systems and information in the world, but it's still a people business, and our technological expertise is, second to none.
Yeah. And is there some sort of a tool to help you when they want to discover which insert for which material?
Yeah, sure. So on our online shop, you're able to access our entire catalog of products.
What's that URL?
That's Ceratizit.com. And you can quickly get over to our cutting tools platform, cuttingtools.ceratizit.com. And there you can find our entire range of products and a lot of technical information. Just like you said, it's all about, you can start with a questionnaire. What is my application? What's my material? And it'll steer you right to the right products.
Right to the right one.
Yeah.
And then you can just go on MSC or anywhere else that's a distributor, and you can just find it and order it.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. And do you have application experts here in the U.S.?
Absolutely. Yes. We have a huge team of really great sales engineers that offer not just, sales information, but technical support. I mean, that's almost the most critical part.
All right. So aside from the bike story, from your YouTube channel, what would be your second favorite story?
That's
which
really
episode? Which episode do you say gotta go check it out?
So we just brought out our ISO P grades, and we were able to talk not just with a product expert or someone familiar with it, but we talked with the people from the R&D. And we have a special coating, which allows for wear detection. Okay. So you can really see what the status of the insert is.
It's like a visual indicator of the wear?
That's correct.
That's a really cool technology.
Yeah. And it's not just about talking about the tool itself, but with talking to the R&D team, you can get real in depth about how we approach that manufacturing process and how we achieve that. And I think that's really fun and exciting to talk about as well. The tool and its benefits and its features is one thing.
The background story people love.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's a good one to go check out. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm getting some cues that we're going to overtalk too long. And I think we could sit here and talk for hours. There's so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, Brian, thanks so much for joining us today. And great to learn more about Ceratizit, about you, and I see your stuff out there. I know you're creative at the way you're reaching people through the online channels.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I like this shirt, Mitch. Super floral.
You know what? I've got this favorite shirt store in Paris called Nodus, Nodus, and every time I'm in Paris, I go and I pick up another unique one.
All right. Yeah.
So that's one of my my shirt fetish.
I love it. Excellent. You look great. So.
Thank you so much. All right. Take care, everyone. IMTS 2022. Signing off from the Creators Lounge. #We are all creators.